Sometimes this sport leaves you sitting there after the checkered flag, just staring at the screen, asking yourself, what did we just witness? Because what happened this weekend wasn't just another late race restart. It wasn't just a young driver being aggressive. This was one of those moments, the kind that splits the garage, divides the fans, and makes you seriously question where the line even is anymore in NASCAR. And the craziest part? The conversation after the race might be even bigger than the move itself. We're talking about a moment that could define a young driver's career, and a veteran who said exactly what a lot of people were thinking but didn't want to say out loud. Before we break this down, if you're into real NASCAR talk, no sugarcoating, no filter, hit that like button and subscribe. NASCAR Race Central is a new channel, and we're pushing toward 10,000 subscribers. If you live and breathe this sport every week, you're in the right place. All right, let's get into what actually went down. Sunday, NASCAR Cup Series, Atlanta. Carson Hocevar went for everything. Overtime, restart. The biggest moment of his career sitting right in front of him. One move away from his first ever win. And then he saw it. A gap between Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace. For a split second, it looked open. So he took it. Full commitment. No hesitation. But here's the problem. By the time he got there, that gap was gone. Bell gets sent into the wall. The momentum is destroyed. And just like that, it's over. Hocevar crosses the line in fourth. No win, no trophy. Just controversy. And if you've watched NASCAR long enough, you already know late race restarts at Atlanta are chaos. They're violent. They force drivers into split-second decisions, especially when you're 23 years old, still chasing your first win, trying to prove you belong at this level. But that's where things took a turn, because Denny Hamlin stepped in, and he didn't hold back. On his podcast, Actions Detrimental, he called out what he believes is one of the biggest problems in NASCAR right now. The excuse we hear every single time something like this happens. He was just going for it. Hamlin said he's tired of it. And then he dropped a line that got everyone's attention. If I'm 3 car lengths back and drive through the grass into turn 1, is that me going for it or me being an idiot? That's classic Hamlin. No filter. But his point was clear. There's a difference between aggression and a bad decision. And in his eyes, Hocevar crossed that line. He said it wasn't about guts, it was about judgment. And then came the part that really hit hard. Hamlin revealed that this isn't new. He said they've been having the same conversations about Hocevar for over a year now. Same patterns, same type of moves. And he even admitted he almost doesn't like talking about it anymore, because he believes Hocevar likes the attention. That's not just criticism, that's a serious statement. Now, of course, fans immediately brought up another moment. Riley Herbst in the Daytona 500 just a week earlier. Final lap. Big run. Goes high trying to win. Keselowski makes a move. They connect. Huge wreck. So the question becomes, isn't that the same thing? According to Hamlin, not even close. He explained that Herbst made contact with a car on his right rear, a blind spot. A situation where, at that speed, things happen in a fraction of a second. From his perspective, Herbst saw open track and made a move based on what he could see. Hocevar? Different story. Hamlin believes Hocevar could see the situation clearly. The gap wasn't really there. Bell was directly in front of him. And that's where the line gets drawn. Calculated risk versus reckless decision. And that's what makes this so complicated for fans. Because here's the truth. Carson Hocevar is incredibly talented. The speed is there. The skill is there. We've all seen it. He can drive. It honestly feels like a win isn't a matter of if, but when. Maybe even this season. But talent without control? That's when veterans start paying attention. And here's the bigger picture that can't be ignored. In today's NASCAR, everything matters. Wins matter. Playoff points matter. Sponsors matter. And your reputation inside that garage? That matters more than people realize. Because once you get labeled as that driver, the one who just sends it without thinking, that label sticks. And here's the thing, people sometimes forget. Drivers don't forget. Teams don't forget. Moments like this, they stick. At the same time, we've also seen this story before. Young drivers come in hot, get labeled as reckless, and then evolve into champions. It's part of the sport's DNA. Because in NASCAR, sometimes you have to push the limit to understand where that limit actually is. So what does all of this mean right now? For Carson Hocevar, it means one thing. The spotlight is officially on him. Not just for his speed, but for his decision-making. Every late race move he makes from this point forward is going to be judged differently. Every gap he goes for, every risk he takes, people are going to remember Atlanta. And for veterans like Denny Hamlin, this is about something bigger. It's about protecting the standard. They don't want aggression to turn into an excuse for poor judgment. Because in this sport, racecraft matters. There's a level of respect, a code, even if nobody ever writes it down. And for NASCAR as a whole, this moment shows just how thin the margin really is. One restart, one decision, and suddenly the entire garage is talking about you the next morning. Now, here's my honest take. I love aggression. I don't want drivers lifting when a win is on the line. That's what makes this sport so intense. But there's a difference between creating a move and forcing one that was never really there. And that's the line everyone's debating right now. Carson Hocevar is Trey Octave years old. He's got time, a lot of it. The speed is real, the talent is real. There's no question about that. If he sharpens the decision-making just a little bit, we might be talking about him in victory lane not once, but multiple times this season. But if this pattern keeps repeating, the garage will remember. And that's what makes this so interesting. Because this isn't just about one restart at Atlanta anymore. This is about identity. This is about growth. This is about whether a young driver learns or doubles down. That's why this sport hits different. The cars are fast. The stakes are massive. And the drama? It never stays on the track. Now, I want to hear from you. Was that just a driver going for it? Or was Denny Hamlin right to call it out? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is the kind of debate that doesn't go away. And if you enjoy real, honest NASCAR conversations like this, make sure you like the video and subscribe to NASCAR Race Central. We're building a real community of hardcore fans, and we're pushing toward our first 10,000 subscribers. If you live for race day, if you debate moments like this with your friends, you're in the right place. And something tells me this story isn't over yet.